Hello, Bang Bro. Happy Land is a densely populated slum area located in Manila, Philippines, whose name stands in stark contrast to the life within it. Happy Land began to be known as a slum decades ago when many migrants from various provinces came to Manila to seek jobs around the port and nearby industries. Over time, this area became crowded with communities struggling to meet their daily needs. Most of them built houses from scrap materials such as wood and tin sheets. Poor economic conditions and the lack of infrastructure prevented the area from developing, leaving residents with only minimal facilities. Happy Land is a vivid picture of the population crisis in the Philippines, where space is extremely limited and unfit for living. There is no official data that defines the exact size of Happy Land, as it is an illegal settlement that has continued to grow over time without government approval. The name Happy Land itself originates from the word hapalan, which in Tagalog means a smelly garbage dump. And this is indeed fitting for its condition, but later the word hapalan changed into Happy Land. Most likely this change came from broken English conversations between local residents and English-speaking visitors asking about the name of the place. Eventually, the name was adopted by the community to ease the discomfort of hearing the original name. Thus, happiness became a bitter irony, a reflection of humanity's struggle against the limitations of space, air, and life inside a slum where the community continues to endure, though their days are suffocating and test the limits of human resilience. Happy Land, which literally translates to land of happiness, presents a glaring irony, a reality of life that is far from happy. Happy Land is a grim portrait framed within cramped living spaces, with residents who appear to live stacked and squeezed together in an environment that rejects comfort and health. Here, hardship is not only a part of everyday life, but has become the very breath they inhale in every suffocating corner they inhabit. Tondo, the district where Happy Land stands, is not only the largest district in Manila, but also the city's largest and worst slum. It is home to about 631,000 people, most of whom live on the streets or in small shacks that appear shabby and dilapidated. Happy Land has an extremely high population density, where every corner is packed with makeshift structures built so close to each other that there is no open space or proper ventilation. The narrow alleys can only be passed by pedestrians or motorbikes, serving as the main access ways surrounded by piles of garbage and leftover food often accumulating in the streets due to the lack of a proper waste management system. This squalid environment worsens quality of life, where foul smells, pollution, and noise become part of daily existence. The conditions are so bad that even the pathways have turned into piles of garbage. Here, streets are no longer visible, buried beneath old plastic bags, empty packaging, and other types of trash that form the very roads people walk on every day. Most families in Happy Land do not have houses with separate rooms or privacy. Their homes are tiny spaces averaging 9 square meters. And inside this space, about 10 to 15 people must share the same roof, walls, and floor. This cramped room serves as a bedroom, kitchen, dining room, and at times even a workplace or a space to socialize. At night, the floor, covered with thin mats, becomes the only place to rest after struggling to survive outside. Every inch of the room carries value for them. These tiny shelters are made worse by unstable construction, built from discarded materials like wooden planks, tin, and plastic. Piles of belongings with no storage space, poor ventilation, suffocating heat, and overcrowding conditions far below any standard of livable housing. Even fresh air barely enters, made worse by the stench of garbage and the stuffiness of cooking fumes within the same room. This is aggravated by Manila's hot and humid nights, leaving residents waking up drenched in sweat and gasping for air inside their own homes. For children and the elderly, this is a heavy burden. Children find it difficult to study or play, trapped within narrow rooms with no freedom to move. But even that is not the only problem in Happy Land. The lack of space extends beyond the homes themselves. Outside, the cramped alleys barely wide enough for one person are lined with tightly packed houses, making access to public toilets and clean water a daily struggle. These public toilets are shared by many families, with long queues a common sight, where everyone must wait for their turn to fulfill basic needs. On the other hand, clean water is a rare necessity. Many residents struggle to afford bottled drinking water or to install proper pipelines. For washing, they often rely on heavily polluted rivers or canals, flowing slowly between household and industrial waste. This is the harsh consequence of extreme poverty in this area. Out of this desperation came a survival solution against hunger: Pug Pug. Pug Pug is recycled food, born out of the high cost of living in Manila. Those trapped in poverty have no other choice but to consume Pug Pug. Literally, Pug Pug means the dust one shakes off from clothes or carpets. But for the poor in the Philippines, Pug Pug refers to chicken meat salvaged from garbage. Most Pug Pug comes from leftover food at fast food restaurants. What others do not finish eating, like hamburgers or fried chicken, thrown away and often contaminated with germs or even rat urine. This is what the poor, especially in Tondo's Happy Land, are forced to consume. Pag Pag is not raw trash consumed immediately. The collected meat must be washed and soaked in water first, often 3 times or until it is considered clean. Then the meat is usually fried or boiled in a red sauce to kill germs and bacteria. Pag Pag in many ways is a living representation of the saying, "One man's trash is another man's treasure." Indeed, someone's garbage becomes another's treasure. Selling Pug Pug is technically illegal, partly due to the serious health risks it poses when consumed over time. In addition, some scavengers spray collected waste with chemicals to prevent maggots from appearing. Despite the prohibition, some sellers continue to offer Pag Pag, as so far they claim they have never received complaints of health problems from customers. And thank you for watching this video until the end. If there were any mistakes in the delivery, let's discuss them together in the comments section. See you in our next video.